Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, and good night to all you Super Metroid fans out there. That's right, it's the Hockey Towner coming to you live from the commentary booth, joined by the incomparable Derp for this year's 2020 Super Metroid multi-category tournament. What's going on, Derp?
You know, I gotta ask where you're getting a commentary booth because I haven't gotten one of those. So I'm just on a desk, not quite
It's
as.
a metaphor, Derp. Work with me here. Work with me.
All right,
But
it's a booth. It's a booth. Looks like
So we've-
our two lovely runners, Enmet and BFrobber, are just getting readied up in SRL. So we'll be seeing them race any percent very shortly. So Hockey, I gotta ask, what are your thoughts on any percent in this game?
So personally, I don't dislike any Super Metroid category, but if I had to pick one that is near and dear to my heart, it would be any percent. So I'm very excited, very pumped up for this afternoon's any percent race between these two accomplished runners.
Yeah, I'm excited to see. I know Enmet actually does a pretty unique any percent route, doing what some people would call the hybrid route. So I wonder if we're gonna see that in the race.
That's a great observation, Derp. A hybrid route, a little bit safer than the so-called new route, even though it's close to 3 or 4 years old. But definitely more tournament safe to go with that hybrid route.
Yeah, so he is going to be doing a pretty difficult Fantoon first, though, if he opts to do the route. So that will be fun to watch. You can keep your eye out on how he executes that. But first,
Absolutely. Looks like our
yeah,
runners are off. Starting off on that lovely blue space station, the Sirius station.
it seems Enmet may have not pressed start on his timer, so that will not be available to him now. Alas, such is life.
For sure. For sure, we got that wonderful IRC client, got that SRL timing for this race. Well, it's game over. Both Samuses have found the baby Metroid on Sirius Station. Roll credits.
Well, he didn't think it could be that easy, of course. It is still pretty easy. They just take damage and run away. But now they have to play the rest of the game, of course.
Absolutely. So good start for both runners as they make their series escape, looking to avoid the steam, looking to avoid the ceiling tiles in the second last room.
Well, we'll see if they actually avoid the ceiling tiles or jump off of them in order to go faster. We'll see how they decide to do that.
Absolutely, Derp. Pointing out one of my favorite movement techniques, the damage boost.
You ever wonder how a damage boost would work in real life? Like, you just get hit by something and you go flying. You think you could do that?
I would love it. One time I smacked myself in the face and went, 10 feet backwards. It was incredible.
That sounds pretty incredible to me.
So both players, both Beefy and Enmet, both making their series escapes, going to head down in their spacecraft down to the surface of Zebes and continue looking for that baby Metroid. But definitely excited to see some early Fantoon type routing. The moat becomes a major obstacle for new and old runners alike, and we'll see what route Beefy decides to take.
We'll also get to see which of our runners is using the Moonfall to fall extra fast. Looks like Enmet is not going to, or maybe he's only going to do the Climb Moonfall. There you see, he's going to fall faster than you would normally be able to in real life because he did a thing, and it's not cheating, I swear.
No cheating here. This is a good, clean tournament between honest runners. Looks like Emmet's the first one to make it down to OG Classic Brinstar. Gonna pick up that morphing ball and the first pack of missiles and just kind of catapult into the rest of the game. Set the whole thing in motion.
Yeah, that morph ball, you know, as the name would imply, it allows you to morph into a ball, and that is useful for many different things. For example, if you are trying to play basketball, but you are missing the basketball, it is possible to take one for the team and become the ball yourself. Fun fact.
Absolutely. Become the ball. I love it. Really clean movement here from Enmet. Not surprising, but Beefy hot at his tail.
Yeah, both runners having a nice early game here. We'll see what their bomb times are. Enmet, of course, still having a perfect 0.0 time, so he is definitely pushing for the world record with this run. But we'll see if he can execute the rest of the run.
Absolutely.
You see him go up the climb, named that because you have to climb it, of course. Pretty self-explanatory. This is actually a really solid bomb time from Enmet, assuming that Beefy's timer is accurate for him. It's about like a 446 bombs, which is really solid.
That's a terrific early pace, but Beefy, no slouch either. Right behind, probably going to finish up right under 5 minutes.
Yeah, that coveted sub 5-minute bomb's a real nice time for pretty much everyone. We're going to see both runners get that.
Into Bomb Torizo now going to try to keep that HP high, keep those missile drops coming, and avoid the decapitation animation. What a terrific fight from Enmet. Kills Bomb Torizo in mid-air, skips the decapitation animation. Let's see Beefy's attempt.
It looked like he picked up too many missiles, so he's going to have to pick up some more, and unfortunately does get that decapitation animation, so loses a bit of time there, but still real nice fight from him.
Enmet showing off the 3 wall jump trick known as the Alcatraz escape, or Alcatraz for short, making his way down into Terminator, picking up the first E-tank. But Beefy, showing no fear, also going Alcatraz, nailing it the first try, and also heading into Terminator.
Yeah, Enmet saying in chat they forgot to set the hotkeys for their timer, so we're not able to start it how they normally would. And so, you know, they're on world record pace, 0.0 still, heading into Brinstar Elevator.
Very solid, clean elevator there. And Enmet's going to be the first one to get down into Green Brinstar. Woohoo! Almost got my geography mixed up. I'm going to be going for the trick that sets in motion the rest of the speedrun, which is the early supers mock ball, the first sequence break of the game. Nails it first try. Going upstairs into the ceiling to grab that coveted first pack of supers.
Yep, and we're gonna see Beefy do the same thing as well. Not too far behind, only a few seconds, partially because of a slightly worse Bomb Torizo fight, but there's still plenty of time to catch up.
That's absolutely still very early in this any percent match. And Enmet now into pink Brinstar, having to contend with that giant wall and enemies flying by him, just dropping bombs, rolling back and forth, makes it through into big pink. But like you said, Derp, Beefy is not far behind at all. He's hot on the heels of Enmet. Enmet heading down Big Pink to grab another missile pack and the crucial item, the charge beam.
Yeah, charge beam turns out a pretty important item. Allows you to actually kill the bosses without picking up all of the ammo in the game. So that saves a few seconds, I would say. I don't know the exact amount, but maybe chat can help me out.
Chat could definitely help. And also, French Lightning John in chat pointing out Enmet going for Phantoon first from his health and also killing the pirates. That first section after Terminator where you either kill the pirates or just tank the damage and get right through them usually determines what route a runner's going to go on. But what we'll see here from Enmet is that they'll just head on up Red Tower, as it's called. And yeah, that's exactly what they're doing. But BFrobber, not far behind, but maybe getting down. We'll see.
I gotta ask, Hockey, do you have any idea why this is called Red Tower?
That's an excellent question. It's baffled scholars of this game for decades. I mean, the game is almost 30 years old, but it's just impossible to really understand why it's called Red Tower.
Yeah, maybe we'll discover over the course of the tournament, but for now it remains a mystery.
It's very possible. It's very, very possible. Enmet do it with beautiful damage boost in and out of Alpha PBs. He's got first power bomb pack. And Beefy committed to heading straight to Crave. So Beefy going to be doing KPDR most likely.
Yep, we got some nice route divergence from our two runners, so we are going to be seeing them sync up at about Lower Norfair, I assume, if Enmet is doing the hybrid route that we think he is. I know that is what his PB any percent time is on the leaderboards, but maybe he'll opt to do new route just to show off. Who knows?
It's definitely possible. Expect the unexpected in this 2020 edition of the Super Metroid multi-category tournament. And this is the first round of Swiss match action. And the category is any percent. Right now, the pool of categories is any percent. And triple bingo, 100%. But starting in the, I believe, the third or fourth week, double check me on that, Derp, if you could. We're going to be seeing more categories open to these runners.
Well, the categories are going to be changing every week between 80%, 100%, all bosses, triple bingo, and GT Classic. But by week 3, RBO and low percent ice will be added to the pool. So the runners will have to either learn those or veto them entirely. Looks like we saw Beefy standing up the Kraid for a short while. Got a real nice backup though, so not too much time lost.
Thank you for the correction there, Derp. I wasn't totally familiar with the tournament format, and I'm completely admitting live in front of hundreds of thousands of people out on the internet that I was ill-prepared to do commentary today. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, really nice Kraid from Beefy, despite having to take Kraid to prom. And Enmet had a tiny bit of difficulty getting across the moat, but just flies across the ocean. He's already into Phantoon's room in the wrecked ship. Really terrific movement from both of these runners early.
Yeah, we'll see how well he does in busting the ghost. Unfortunately, missed that fast pattern, so gonna have to wait for him to reappear. We'll see if he can get a nice 2-round though.
Nailed a couple of those Doppler missiles, but like you said, that eye clamp shut so fast, especially on those fast patterns. Gets a mid. Oh, misses the eye.
He's got to watch his HP. It takes 40 damage a hit with no suits, so he is not too healthy right now.
Just got to stick with it and ride it out. Come on, Chad, give Enmet your energy.
Oh, no. Luckily, he fell too low in health, so all of the enemies will drop him health. So he is able to take one more hit. He should be out of danger now, assuming he can execute.
Setting up for another job. Oh, gonna be another round.
Very well executed round with no health to spare. Is able to bust the ghost and finish off the fight.
That was a terrific fight from Emmet. Great recovery. Coming back from 17 HP, landing those missiles, finishing off Fantoon with a super. Bustin' makes me feel good. 2019 memes are alive in 2020. Meanwhile, BFrobber's back into Business Center after grabbing those high jump boots, another E-tank, extra missiles. You know, he's got the ammo, he's got the health. He's going to be heading to do his Norfair cleanup. Enmet gets a well-deserved pack of supers as he's going to head upstairs to the attic and get that coveted, so swaggy purple gravity suit.
Yeah, for those of you who watch randomizers, you may know that gravity suit does not protect against heat. However, since we are cheating, we have turned heat protection onto gravity for the vanilla game, so he will not need to pick up Varia in order to traverse the Norfair heated rooms. So that's a fun fact for all of you in chat.
Absolutely excellent observation, Derp. For you random runners out there, we have slid all of the flavor sliders to vanilla. We're playing the game as it was originally intended. No randomization shenanigans. Vanilla item placement, so that is excellent. And yes, gravity suit protects against heat damage as intended. Hope they nerf it in the next patch. No, there will not be another patch. Gravity will always protect against heat damage.
Yeah, so Enmet maybe not happy with how his Fantoon fight went, but he's gonna be getting out of this wreck ship as soon as he gets that gravity suit. Just gotta wait through this nice cutscene, have a cup of coffee, complain more in chat, maybe. You know, there's plenty of stuff you can do while you wait.
Don't think of it as complaining, Derb. It's more observation making, critical analysis mid-run of his own run. So it's very good. Beefy, on the other hand, picking up Speed Booster. With Speed Booster, Derp, Beefy's speed will be boosted, so his acceleration and velocity are increased. And he'll be able
very
to move
astute
faster.
Observation. And we are going to be seeing some of that accelerated velocity very shortly, as he will be using it to get out of this room, as the maximized speed will also increase his jump height, allowing him to make it all the way up to these platforms.
I do love that strat, leaving double chamber. Really nice from Beefy. Now, what about some more tech that this speed booster enables? Tell me about this Shine Spark that I've heard of.
Okay, so if you go too fast and then crouch, all of your fast gets stored, and then you're able to unleash the fast in whatever direction you desire. And we'll be seeing Beefy and Enmet use that plenty of times in the run. That's how it works, trust me, I took physics.
Absolutely. This is just application of basic physics. And you just gotta release all that pent up, stored up fast, and just fly across Zebus as fast as you can in one of probably, how many directions can you move in? 5 directions? Yeah,
at least
5 directions are your choices. We got some armchair physicists in the chat, Derp. I think they're checking your math.
My math is perfect. I got at least a C in physics. There's no way I made a mistake.
Well, you know what they say, Derp, C's get degrees.
Of course. Now we're going to be seeing Enmet go do what we just saw Beefy do, but with that gravity suit, he will take slightly less damage. Nice little buff there. Not that it should matter too much.
Not too much. And Beefy had a really nice climb up the red tower. A little bit of trouble falling into that Vile Plume in the Hellway, but a quick farm on health, and he'll be heading to Alpha PBs. Meanwhile, Enmet going for that high jump.
Yeah, you talk about how Speed Booster boosts your speed, but High Jump, in a very similar manner, highs your jump. So that is definitely a nice item for them to get. We saw Beefy use it plenty already, and Enmet will now have that luxury to himself.
Absolutely. I myself am stuck with only low jump capability, but those high jump boots, those fresh kicks, those Nikes, enable Samus to jump much, much higher. Very good. Necessary for progress, casually speaking. But for runners this distinguished, it only makes them faster in the 90% category.
Indeed, it is quite fast, since there are many jumps that are sped up by going higher. We'll see some of that sword fast from Beefy right now. As you see, he stores the fast and then unleashes the fast in order to fly over the lake, or the moat as it is actually called. Nobody calls it a lake. And a second one right here over the ocean.
Very good. Yes, I think the moat's a little small to be a lake, but we could call it the pond. I think it's pond size.
I don't know. I think it's too deep to be a pond. That's why it's a moat, right?
Excellent point. Excellent point. So now Emmett's got the speed booster. And Beefy hasn't quite picked up that swaggy purple paint job yet, but rocking that burnt orange, that early 2000s Pontiac Aztec burnt orange in the Varia suit. Swaggy D-boost from Enmet, leaving a speed booster.
Yeah, I do wonder where he's going to be going after Wave Beam. Like we said, if he is doing the hybrid route, he will be going up to Meridia and Kraid. But if he is doing new route, he will go straight down from here. So it'll be interesting to see what he does. I guess we know he's doing hybrid because he didn't pick up the Ice Beam, which is something you would definitely want if you are going down.
That's true.
But, you know, maybe he forgot and is going down anyways.
And Beefy opened with an X Factor against Fantoon. I believe got all 4 particles to land. Now looking like going straight to Doppler.
He's lucky that Super Missile missed. I don't know if he had enough shots into Fantoon there.
A very close call for Beefy. Could have enraged Fantoon. Fantoon has an enrage pattern if you land a super without killing him. And I believe it costs somewhere between, what, 15 and 20 seconds, Derp?
I think it's about 15 seconds. But Beefy is going to have a nice end to the fight. The ghost is busted. Whatever I said last time, he did it. Meanwhile, Enmet, like we said, is going to be leaving Norfair to go do the next couple of bosses, Kraid and Dragon. Looks like he's going to be doing Kraid first, as soon as he gets through this little hole he made himself. So the nice thing about doing hybrid route, or one of the nice things, is that you get speed booster for Kraid's lair. So it is slightly faster than doing Kraid first. So there is that.
It looks like I'll have to stand corrected since the beginning of this commentary. When you said hybrid route, Derp, I thought I was thinking PKRD, but this is going to be PKDR.
Indeed, it is. That is where the hybrid route comes from. It is the Fantoon first of new route with the Ridley last of old route. There's a little bit of a swapping between the other two. Some people decide to do Dragon first, and some people decide to do Kraid. Looks like we're going to be seeing Enmet do Kraid first, as he does not let Kraid stand up and and is going to be picking up that very suit.
Really nice fight from Enmet. Great quick kill, but Beefy showing off the attic spark, taking out all the enemies with one by unleashing that fast in a horizontal direction and unlocking the door to make his way to bowling.
I gotta ask you, if you go to the bowling alley and you see there's spikes all the way down the alley, are you still bowling?
It depends on what's on the other side. If there's a gravity suit at the end of the lane, I'm absolutely going bowling. But if there's just 10 pins and a pin setter, you can forget about it.
Well, I've got some good news for Beefy, because he is going to find something that's not just a few pins and some spare balls. He's going to be getting that gravity suit.
Now, Enmet up into Meridia, showing off the wall jumping skills, making the way up through Rocky Meridia. He headed to Sandy Meridian, no problem. And Beefy picking up that gravity suit, upgrading his swag by infinity% with that purple paint job. Can't say enough about it, really.
Yeah, it's real stylish for sure.
Just one of those timeless colors. It'll never go out of style.
Gonna be seeing Enmet fight the snake shortly. Botwoon. We'll see what kind of X Factor he uses, if he wants to go for the traditional X Factor, which he looks like he's going for. Doesn't quite hit all the particles, but he should be okay.
That is an unfortunate consequence of not landing all 4 X Factor particles, is that the runner is unable to make Samus shoot anything else until the particle is cleared from the screen.
Yep, luckily missing the X Factor doesn't really put Samus in any danger. It is a pretty easy boss. You can just stand in the corner and eventually you will kill Botwoon, but it is very slow, and we as fast people are not very happy with that. But Enmet doesn't take too long in finishing off the snack, and he's going to be moving on.
Really like this farming strat to use the Shine Spark Echoes there to destroy all the bugs, and then immediately stores another Shine Spark going for the halfie or even full halfie.
He gets the full goopy spark straight up instead of across the
full
Coliseum.
goopy.
And so he's gonna have to go the slow way through the room, just jump over the pillars and get to the end.
Still, I like that D boost off of the spikes. I just love the commitment that runners have with their backups to still try to save time despite missing the primary strat.
Yeah,
Beefy with really
halfies
crisp wall jumps there. Oh, sorry,
Full
Dirk.
halfie's a pretty tough strat, so you gotta have your backups ready just in case, which Enmet is well practiced with, so he's all right.
Absolutely. And Beefy climbing Mount Everest, heading straight into the Meridia 2 maze. I'm going to be taking on Botwoon in short order.
And meanwhile, fighting the shrimp. This is a shrimp, right?
That is the shrimp indeed. Opening with an X Factor Shine Spark combo, going for another Shine Spark. Dragon's belly is dark red. Definitely low on HP now.
Oh no, another goopy for Enmet. He's gonna be a bit low on HP actually. Might need to finish off the fight with ammo if he's feeling a little bit in danger. But looks like he's gonna keep sparking Dragon.
I love the commitment here from Enmet. Chat, can you help me out? I was distracted by the Dragon fight. Did Beefy go for the decalled X Factor or the standard X Factor setup against Botwoon? Or just a ammo kill? I know he's landing those supers really accurately, but I missed the beginning of his fight.
I unfortunately missed it as well. I was busy watching Enmet finish off. I believe that's what, battered shrimp if you kill it with ammo. Going back to some of the randomizer community names.
Absolutely. I'll hook 'em, you batter 'em, derp.
I can get down with that. Enmet almost getting the Wample jump across the Coliseum. Unfortunately, not quite making it. Just gonna have to do the slightly slower jump. Beefy, meanwhile, does get the halfie, but no fully today. Just gonna have to finish off this last section with the couple jumps.
I just love the Wample jump, such a classic piece of Super Metroid speedrunning tech. And thank you, Stachio Cat, for the correction there. Normal X Factor from Beefy against Batwoon, but now Beefy going to be battering his own shrimp here. And I do mean batter. He's going to open up with those Shine Sparks, missiles, super missiles, you name it, charge shots, whatever he's got in his arsenal to batter that shrimp.
Yeah, Beefy's got plenty of weapons up his arsenal, so he's going to be taking out this shrimp, no problem. Going to be opening up with that Shine Spark X Factor like we saw Enmet do. We'll see if he can... Looks like it was a little bit late on the jump, actually, but he'll be okay.
Enmet heading into Plasma, going to upgrade his firepower tremendously. And Beefy landing those supers to the gut of Dragon.
That spark was a bit early, so Dragon actually appears from that side a lot slower than she does the left side, which is definitely a trip up for many a runner. And it looks like Beefy's just going to be taking this as safe as he can, waiting for the perfect time to spark.
Enmet really, put the pedal to the metal here, heading down the toilet, go back to Brimstone.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh jeez. Come on, Beefy, stick with it. Oh jeez.
Beefy just killed Dragon off screen.
Oh no, an off-screen kill? Oh no.
So what's going to happen here is Dragon needs to move to the center of the room, but Dragon is actually moving backwards, so she will actually go the other direction until her X position underflows and eventually goes back to 0, which takes about 18 minutes. So Beefy is not in a good position anymore. He's going to have to either wait or just reset altogether.
Oh, that is such bad luck for Beefy.
Is it 18? I don't actually know how long it is. I've heard 18 though. Either
Looks
way,
like
it is
a
a
spike suit
long
there.
time. Well, that is something.
Enmet back into Norfair, going and grabbing that ice beam before heading down to lower Norfair. And like we said, just terrible luck for BFrobber with the Dragon off-screen kill. I think there's still an advantage to waiting this out and finishing the run because forfeits are 3 hours, and I'm not intimately familiar with the tiebreaker system for this Swiss round tournament to, make the top 16 for the playoff bracket. But long story short, with forfeits being 3 hours, you do tank your average time.
Beefy could also go for the off-screen Dragon world record if he so desires.
That's an excellent point, Derp. Gotta get that world record.
Meanwhile, we see Enmet going that southern route down to Lower Norfair. Gonna take the Nutella refill, named after the, what is Nutella actually made of? Is it hazelnut? I don't remember.
I can't speak to what the Super Metroid runner is made of, but yes, the spread is made of hazelnuts and cocoa.
Yep, and of course they've got their own sponsored health refill in the game. So
Absolutely.
for anyone who wants to enjoy a tasty snack, perhaps a spread on a bagel, well, you know where to go.
Really nice damage boost down into the lava outside Lower Norfair. And just space jump just makes it so easy to climb up there.
Looks like Beefy got another spike suit, and this time he's just gonna hold the pose for a while. He's got plenty of time, so he can.
Emmet's setting
out.
up for fast pillars. This is a tight short charge. Nails it first try. Beautiful tech.
Yeah, really nice strat from Enmet. Coming up to the worst room in the game, which with Plasma and Space Jump is not that. Gonna be going through it nice and quick. Gets caught up on this top pirate a bit, but he's okay.
Yeah, worst room in the game just becomes a room in the game with that Space Jump Plasma combo. Enmet keeping... Oh, he dropped the Space Jump. A commentator curse. I was just about to say he maintains the Space Jump rhythm just as he dropped it in the amphitheater here. But still, nice recovery, making it all the way to the top, avoiding that pool of acid that's rising from the bottom.
Yeah, he's got to be a bit careful. All these pirates are going to do 50 damage to him, and we're actually going to see him go pick up a safety E-tank here at the Fire Fleas.
I really like
this
play.
choice.
You said it, Derp. Between the Nutella refill beforehand and this E-tank, it's really, really good choices from Enmet.
Yeah, I think Enmet is watching the race, so he knows that Beefy is currently trapped in a cage despite all his rage, so he can take all the safeties he wants and should be on a nice pace regardless. He's even going to take the safety save for Ridley just in case.
Gonna blow away those statues with the power bomb. Open up that power bomb door. Looks like Enmet's headed straight into Wasteland to try to avoid taking damage from those Tuskegee. They pack a wallop, even with both suits. But plenty of power bombs and super missiles as he heads down. Gets that really nice Kago. Now will be fighting the Metal Pirates.
Yeah, Samus getting to Ridley, breaking all the ruins and statues in her path. Archaeologists must hate her right now, but it must be done to defeat Ridley. You gotta ask how Ridley got down here in the first place, considering all of the ruins are back in their place. Maybe he just moves them out of the way. I don't know why Samus isn't just doing that.
He's got his own way down, doesn't have to go through all this rigmarole. So I think for Beefy, we're on the 6-minute mark on this, unfortunately, accidentally self-imposed, delay from the off-screen dragon kill. But Enmet opening up against Ridley with charged plasma shots, going to take 20 shots, 900 damage apiece, but also with 9 super missiles on tap. Those do double damage against Ridley. I believe 3-to-2 ratio between charged shots and supers. So supers do 600 HP damage. I'm doing mental gymnastics over here. I think I should just sit back and watch this great Ridley fight.
Yeah, you are able to shoot 3 super missiles per second and only 1 charge shot. So the math comes out to super missiles being twice as good as plasma shots. But in old route, you do want to save onto those supers just in case the Metroids are mean to you at the end of the game. You can't risk not having enough ammo for Mother Brain 1, so he's going to hold on to him for the fight.
Excellent analysis, Derp, and a really, really tremendous fight from Enmet. Keeping full supers and just pounding those charge shots into Ridley, into goodbye Space Pelican. Emmett's heading for G4 all the way back up to the surface.
Yeah, he's got a long trek up, back, all the way to the surface. But
ooh, love those space jumps into a I was gonna say mid-air morph, but not quite. Just a little down arrow there. Really, really nice tech from Enmet. His movement is definitely on point right now.
Yeah, he's got all the safeties in the world with 2 extra E-tanks, so this trek up to the surface isn't going to be too dangerous, but there's still plenty of nice movement tricks he can show off.
Really clean through those 3 key hunters, and the last one just hitting with a plasma shot to get the enemy to have iframes and just phasing right through it.
Looks like Beefy's doing a little dance for us. This is how we all feel right now with current events, all trapped in our own homes. Beefy playing some games to escape real life, but there's no escape in the cage. So he's trying to find some ways to entertain himself here.
Absolutely. You have to ask yourself, is this the real life or is this just fantasy? You know, Beefy's unfortunately caught in a landslide due to off-screen Dragon kill. I'd definitely like to escape from reality right now.
Well said.
Yeah, thank you, Derp. See, I'm not too rusty. You just gotta knock the rust off, you know, dust yourself off and try again.
Yeah, it is not a soft lock. Dragon will eventually come back. Currently, she is going the wrong way towards the center of the room, and her exposition will eventually underflow, so she will be going the right way. But that won't be for a couple more minutes. Actually, I guess it's about now that she would be on the other side, going back to the center, but it is definitely not ideal, for sure, for Dragon to do this.
For sure. Emmet finishing up their lower north for escape. Clean movement all around, and like you said, Derp, plenty of safeties on tap. Gonna head back up to Meridia, showing off that space jump underwater, that spammable jump button. You can just bash that jump button and just Samus just keeps on space jumping.
Yeah, for some reason the developers made it so you can actually space jump faster in water than you can on land, despite no other physics being different, so maybe an error there, who knows, but Enmet definitely using it to its fullest effect, getting those real fast jumps up Mount Everest.
Kip in chat with the Sublime reference. I think we have to sing that one. You know, just without, you know, he self-censored, so I'll do the same. But the only family that Dragon ever had was her 7 older brothers and a drunk dad. Oh man, thank you for that, Kip. That's terrific stuff.
Yeah, so Beefy has about 7 more minutes before Dragon will return, make her triumphant entrance back into the arena just to die.
Return to the Dragon. Emmet with a beautiful speed keep through Parlor with a quick morph speedball through the wall. Terminator made short work of that with another speed keep. Really terrific movement tech. Derp, thank you for indulging me and keeping the ship righted as I desperately try to capsize it.
Hey, that's what we're all here for. We're just trying to capsize the ship while keeping it afloat at the same time, if you really think about it.
Yeah, Super Metroid tournament commentator role summed up in a single sentence by Derp there.
Alright, game just gonna make sure the Enmet's got all those bosses down. Looks like he does. Yeah, if you really think about it, Dragon is in a constant state of being dead at the moment, while she takes her adventure into the unknown, aka out of bounds. You know, she's got a hole in her chest, she's reeling back. It is not a good existence for our friend Dragon right now.
Absolutely, it's like it's almost like Schrodinger's Dragon. You know, is she alive? Is she dead? We won't know for another 5 minutes or so.
Well, let's just say this: if she has anything she wants to do before she dies, she's got only a few more minutes to do it. So she better get on that.
Looks like Enmet going for some grouping strats, knocking off those 3 Metroids and destroying all of them with a single super missile. Emmet's already into the last Metroid room. Again, going with the group. Grouping all 3. Using missiles, finishing up with full ammunition.
Yeah, having that 10 supers is real nice for Mother Brain 1. Means he isn't gonna have to refill after shooting open the doors, excuse me. Beefy showing off some goofy animations there. Shame he doesn't have grapple, because there's some real fun animation glitches you can do with that. If you get hit by one of your bombs while you are grappling onto something, it can cause some funny animations. Meanwhile, Enmet going for the baby skip here. We shooting out all of the weeds, including the ones at the bottom, but is going to get the skip real nice.
Terrific work from Enmet. Definitely had the jump rope going. I couldn't think of the word. Had the jump rope going, as I said, cleared out all the moss. Really terrific skip. No messing about from Enmet. No refills, no save. Well, yeah, we're gonna get a safety here. Get a safety save, but no refill because of the baby skip. And Derp, do you know off the top of your head what type of Zeb skip Enmet uses?
Well, looks like he's just gonna go for the normal ice Zeb skip. We'll see if he uses the down back. Doesn't look like it. He's just gonna go for the tried and tested Zeb skip and gonna nail it first try.
Very nice. Now into Mother Brain 1. Gonna break that glass. No messing about there, just standing point blank range on the shards of that glass canister, just delivering as much ammunition as possible to Mother Brain's face. Now into Mother Brain 2, which is significantly easier than, say, New Route because of the Plasma Charge Ice Wave combo.
Yeah, he's just going to be standing here for a little bit, shooting those shots at Mother Brain. Not even too many attacks to dodge. Mother Brain's being pretty passive so far. Sometimes you'll see her do a lot of attacks at once, but
here we got the ketchup. Yeah, that was only 2 onion rings and a bomb before ketchup phase. So pretty passive. Mother Brain already finished. GG from Enmet, damaging down to 300 plus, but less than 500.
Yeah, he's having a pretty solid run for himself, even with all the safeties and all the saves. This is, I think, gonna be sub 50.
Yeah, definitely a terrific run.
Chat asking the real questions. Will Enmet finish the game before Dragon's back? He's only got a couple minutes, so I think he's gonna just miss the cut. But it's gonna be close.
I think Beefy's only got about another minute. But a tremendous run from Enmet, but also tremendous sportsmanship from Beefy. You know, opting to wait out this Dragon off-screen kill and in all likelihood finish the run.
Good news for Beefy is once he is able to progress again, he won't have to wait too long. Only Ridley left before Turian, so not going to take too much time to finish.
And Mother Brain 2 has defeated the baby Metroid, but that's going to imbue Samus with the Hyper Beam ability. Gonna snap Mother Brain 3's head back, like delivering an uppercut. Enmet with a really nice rhythm here, delivering those Hyper Beam shots. Derp, how many shots does it take for Mother Brain 3?
Wait, hold up.
18.
We got Dragon. She's back.
Oh!
And she's dead.
She's back! But she's dead! What happened?
I don't know. It was so long ago, I forgot.
Oh, man. And Enmet finishing off Mother Brain 3, about to start the escape sequence. And Beefy picking up a space jump. Definitely gonna spam that jump button underwater. Just fly through the air. I believe he should still have that spike suit.
I think he used it while he was messing around.
Oh, he never got it back. Oh, darn.
Yeah, it doesn't look like he got it back.
Enmet showing off that first. A lot of casual Super Metroid runners know about, or casual Super Metroid players know about it, but a de facto movement for any type of speedrunner for Super Metroid is that first spark. But now going to show off a second spark to fly up the climb. Going right side, classic technique. Really nice execution.
I do wonder if we're going to see an animal save from Enmet. I don't know if he's into that kind of thing, but looks like he is not going to. Gonna let the animals die.
Let him die. Go with the non-canonical ending.
And he's going to finish in SRL with an official time of 49 minutes and 42 seconds.
GG, Enmet. That was a great performance.
GG.
All right, ever since that Dragon off-screen kill, I've been waiting to say this. But you've heard of Billy May's room. Well, this is Billy May's race. But wait, there's more. We got another runner still in the race here. And Beefy's going to show off all the tech, all the speed strats, finishing up his run.
Yeah, I wonder what all Beefy's going to do. He's got nothing to lose at this point. I wonder if we're going to see some advanced tech from him. But he might just opt to finish the run, which no problem there. He's been waiting for a while, and now he is finally released back into the world. So what he does is his choice.
Well, Beefy's got Plasma Beam, so he's got that going for him, which is nice. Definitely, anytime you can have higher damage output, the better.
Yeah, chat. Bringing up a good point. Maybe Beefy with his time to really decide what is important in life. We'll see if he decides to save the animals. Gonna be a philosophical question for sure. But we've got no time for that right now. He's gotta get there first. As he's gonna be getting that ice beam. I gotta ask you, Hockey, have you ever been hit by an ice beam?
Yeah, it happened once when I was younger. Took me like 4 or 5 days to thaw out. You know, and at least the animals of Zebus, the monsters on Zebus, they they unfreeze pretty quickly. But for human beings, I mean, it was It was 4 days.
Yeah, I guess you must have first-hand experience on what Beefy was feeling for a while there.
Absolutely.
How was that?
For first hand, second hand, either way, you know. I was frozen solid. It really happened. You can believe me.
I've never believed anyone more in my life.
Oh, man. Well, Derp just became my favorite co-commentator.
It's an honor.
Oh, the honor and privilege is all mine, Derp. We've had a blast. It's good to be back. It's good to see these two titans of Super Metroid doing battle in any percent category. And Beefy going down the Croc Speedway. Energy looking great. Got all the pickups necessary to tangle with Ridley, but got to make it to Lower Norfair first.
Looks like Beefy also gonna opt to take this refill. He's, like we said, he just needs to finish. He's already done his time. Now it's just finishing the job.
Absolutely. And again, like we said, tremendous sportsmanship from Beefy. I know chat was pointing it out too. It's just a really, really class act. Love to see runners finish races. I know things happen. I know forfeits happen. I've forfeit a few times in my limited experience, but you know we do like to see finish runs.
Yeah, absolutely. What do you think happens when the elevators stop working on Zebus? What do you think fixes them? You have any idea?
Think Shack Tool's got to have a few buddies on that trade. I mean, Shack Tool is definitely he does digging, mining, but probably has a couple friends in the the maintenance field.
You think there's more than one Shack Tool out there just doing all the maintenance on Zebus?
Oh, absolutely, for sure. Beefy looked like he set up for fast pillars, but didn't quite get the spark, opting instead to use power bombs. Placing those power bombs as close as possible to the pillars to maximize the amount of damage they do and minimize the number of power bombs he has to use. And no mucking about in this worst room in the game, going for killing 2 of the pirates and freezing the last one to use them as a platform. And with space jump, really makes those really makes the jumps through that broken ceiling a lot easier.
Yeah, he's just gonna tear through the rooms, not gonna take any chances.
None whatsoever. No commentator curse this time. Beefy saving that space jump through the door transition. Very good. Making his way all the way through amphitheater. No problem at all. Went to kill those key hunters, but the key hunters instead just got right out of his way. And again, showing off that swag, hitting them with that uncharged plasma shot to initiate the enemy's iframes, and you can pass right through them.
Yeah, so each frame, the plasma beam shot is connected with the enemy. They are intangible, so Samus can just phase right through them. No problem.
And showing off again against 2 of those 3 of those Disgigas. And no PBs of shame required. BFrobber with just enough ammunition. Plenty of super missiles to progress as well, and a nice Kago. Setting up for the metal pirates.
Gonna be taking them out one at a time here. Not gonna take too long.
A really nice 2 charge shots apiece, both shot midair and once while rocking away from Samus. You stand on those 3 tiles on the floor, that's the visual reference. And those pirates will just keep jump kicking you over and over and over again.
Yeah, luckily for Samus, the pirates aren't too great at actually landing the jump kicks. Samus can just step out of the way and shoot another shot.
You know, they square up like they're black belts, but I think they're more like white belts. You know what I mean, Derp?
I think they're at least purple belts. Let's give them some credit here.
BFrobber taking on that crazy space pelican. Ridley, leader of the space pirates. And No fussing about, just clear delivery of those charged plasma shots, getting that pogo manipulation, trapping Ridley in the corner, and just delivering damage left and right, up and down. Very nice fight so far from Beefy. I already got the 2 color changes, and Ridley is pretty much dead. It went for the swag there, but the midair grab, no morph this time. Really, really clean fight. Tremendous fight from Beefy.
Yep, Beefy gonna be picking up this E-Tank just to make sure everything else goes smoothly. Not gonna take any chances. So he is also going to have 5 E-Tanks for Mother Brain.
Excellent, excellent. Now beginning his escape. The escape can be tricky still, but with 5 E-Tanks, like you said, there's very low risk. You can tank a lot of damage if you want. But, the more energy he saves here, the less he'll have to rely on a refill or even depend on Metroid drops later on.
So Beefy starting up this wasteland exit. We'll see if he can nail a full strat. Unfortunately, lays that power bomb a bit too low. So not going to get the ultra swaggy ceiling clip into D-boost, but is going to be setting up for this speedball. Not quite getting that either, but it's all right.
Yeah, it was real close. I got to hand it to him for trying. And it's always good to see runners try, intermediate to advanced tech, no matter the circumstances. Some of it's purely swag, but in any percent, a lot of it is very functional.
Yeah, some people don't realize every little thing saves or loses you time in any percent. So that's how the good runners get so good. They just get everything.
Absolutely. Just the consistency of these top runners is really remarkable. And something like this, a multi-category tournament, I think it would be fair to say that the vast majority of Super Metroid speedrunners, to some extent, I'm not saying that they're strictly speaking specialists, but a lot of runners do specialize in single or double categories, whereas this one just blows the doors off. You have to be proficient in every category to be competitive, including a little bit more esoteric ones like bingo. But it's cool that they're rotating it on a weekly basis. This first week has a good mix. But yeah, for you any percent runners out there, if you want to join a multi-cat tournament, got to do more than just any percent. That advice is directed squarely at myself.
Yeah, next week we are going to be seeing a mostly any percent category if the runners decide to run it. Any percent all bosses, which includes killing Spore Spawn, Crocomire, and Gold Torizo. So that's going to be interesting to watch. There's some pretty neat tech entering G4 from Green Brinstar for those who decide to kill Spore Spawn last. I'll be excited to see that.
Absolutely. I have to say, I as much as I love any percent, all bosses is such a fantastic category. I think it's really entertaining to watch. But let's be honest, Derp, is there a bad Super Metroid speedrun category? At least in this tournament. I mean, these are handpicked.
Well, maybe I'm not the best person to ask because I have mentioned in the past that I am not a fan of the 100% category, but I don't think there's any truly bad category. It's all depends on what the runner enjoys in the game.
Absolutely. Hondo does get a little bit of a bad rap, and I can understand why. It is a lot of fanfares. But there is some really interesting movement, and the fact that you can take a lot more risks because there's such a low possibility of dying at any time past a certain point in the run because you just have so much HP.
Yeah, I would agree with Maniacal in chat here. Hundo is great if you want to interact with chat in the middle of the run.
Well spoken, Maniacal. Very well spoken. And Beefy with that swaggy little quick mock ball exiting Meridia up back through Red Tower and heading straight to the surface back to Criteria. Energy's on point. Ammunition is nearly full, 19 and 9. So Beefy should be heading straight to G4.
Yep, he's just got to get to G4, and he's only got Turian left after that. Nice speedball into breaking the blocks there. It's a pretty nice strat.
I absolutely love that strat. It's probably in my top 3 in this game. It's just that beautiful space jump, speed keep, speedball, whatever you want to call it. It had a name once, but I think that name has been disavowed, so we'll have to come up with a new name.
Right now?
It's up to you, Derp. I mean, I'm not feeling particularly creative, but I leave it in your more than capable hands.
Well, you know, I've never been known for my expertise in room names or strat names, but I've got a proposal here. It'll knock your socks off, right?
All right, socks are prepared to be knocked off, Derp.
All right, so you know, you gotta jump through the room. So why don't we call it the jump?
The jump, right? Going for the jump.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know any other
fantastic,
the
Derp.
jump in this game, so
That's right. That's right. That's an excellent point. So poor BFrobber had to wait a little bit more for that cutscene, but a much shorter than the Dragon off-screen kill. And BFrobber's into Torian. No more waiting. Samus has got an appointment with some Metroids. Doesn't have to wait in line. And we'll see how Beefy handles these Metroids. Good ammunition so far. Into the second room.
yeah, you saw Beefy taking a bit of an extended dip in the acid there, you know, washing off all the rust that may have accrued during the Meridia visit.
An excellent point.
Gotta look as pristine as you can for Mother Brain. Can't be showing up all dirty.
That's right. Going with regular missiles, couldn't quite group those last 2 Metroids. But after knocking the first one off, but still really good ammo, 20 and 5. Hoping that these last 3 give Beefy exactly what he needs. But yeah, going with the safes. Oh, terrible, terrible super missile drops. 20 and 4, leaving and coming back to get another farm.
Yeah, you can see he farmed the first 2 Metroids just to be safe. If he kills all 3, they won't respawn. But if he only kills the first 2, they will. And once again, only gets 1 super drop.
Oh, Beefy, what terrible luck. Just terrible super drop. Terrible super drop luck. All right, give it the third time's a charm here. Let's do it, Beefy. Oh. 20 and 7.
I think he'll go for it here.
Better to be safe than sorry, I say.
Well, he's gonna be extra safe. Now up to 8. He actually is just gonna go ahead, kill this last one with missiles, and gonna get full supers in the end.
Full soups. Very good, Beefy. Now, I noticed you saw Enmet shoot the statue. Beefy also opting to shoot the statue. I've heard rumor that costs you a little bit of time, but how little are we talking, Derp?
Well, you know, you gotta just stop and think of all the things you've destroyed in your way. So, you know, the world itself slows down a bit to let you reconcile with your actions for a few frames. What I'm trying to say here is I have no idea.
Enmet's setting me straight here, Derp. I love your analysis. Enmet set me straight. Shooting the statue saves 1 lag frame. And Beefy, unfortunately, got the jump rope pattern on the baby skip attempt, but unfortunately gets grabbed close to the end there. just finishing up his final jumps, so he'll have to take a refill.
Yep, gonna have to refill his HP, but nothing too special. Gonna refill his one missile as well, just to top off. You know how it is.
Gotta have it. Gotta have 20 missiles, 10 supers, and full health. So I find it interesting that a lot of things in this speedrun community, in the speedrun category, whatever you want to call it, speedrun game is really what I'm trying to say. A lot of them have names. Everything's kind of been picked up a name. So we have Nutella refill, Sloter's refill. Well, how come the final Torian energy refill doesn't have a name?
Well, it's simple. It's a long process, a lot of paperwork you have to go through in order to really claim it as your own, and not that many runners opt to do it. Only a select few really want to go through that arduous process.
That's true. That's true. I always thought of things being named in this game as almost like call signs. Like you can't grant yourself a call sign. It's always developed by everybody else. And Beefy with a really nice Zeb skip. You going with the freezing the Rinko standard strat. Really clean. And just pummeling Mother Brain with those supers. My goodness. Burn up all 10 of them, left with 3 or 4 extra missiles. But just really giving Mother Brain one the business, even after killing her. Just continuing to deliver ammunition to her face. Show her who's boss, Beefy. Tell her what you think of her.
I'm gonna be doing some fancy shots here, getting right up close and personal with Mother Brain. I don't actually know if that saves time.
Toying with Mother Brain a little bit, but yeah, it might save some time. There's definitely the shots get there faster the closer you are to Mother Brain.
I almost
already into the catch-up phase.
Take that catch-up.
Sorry, Derp. Go ahead.
I was gonna say he's got plenty of extra HP. It's fine that he tanks a couple catch-ups just to get himself closer to that 300.
It looks like that one catch-up took off Samus's feet almost, but Beefy showing no fear, not with 5 energy tanks.
Yeah, so if you're above 400 HP, Mother Brain will actually do a couple attacks to get you below 100, and that can actually kill you. So Beefy taking that catch-up actually means he has to take less little damages from Mother Brain in order to get below 400, so actually not that bad from him.
In a terrific run that has been unfortunately plagued by cutscenes, we have to sit through another one as the baby Metroid latches onto Mother Brain's head and just absorbs all that energy from that hyper beam. Or from, I should say, Rainbow Beam, which will then become Samus's hyper beam.
Yeah, I'm not totally sure how that happened. Somebody can maybe explain it better than me, but seems like some, as they would say back in 1907, malarkey. How Samus just gets the rainbow.
Yeah, good old malarkey. Yeah, maybe somebody in chat is well versed in, xenobiology or something, xenozoology.
Like I said,
Metroid's
I got a C in physics, so it is not me.
That's right. We had some very strong armchair physicists in the chat, and Derp very, very solid in physics as well. But how about this for physics? What's the force of that hyper beam? Just snapping that Mother Brain 3 head back, crying out in pain, changing colors like an arcade-style beat-em-up, delivering those 18 shots, and Mother Brain 3 bursts into flame. Excellent from BFrobber.
Now it's all down to one more question. Will BFrobber save the animal?
It's only a matter of time.
Gonna be going through this escape real nice. Get that spark up to the Leodox room.
That was a terrific use of releasing all the stored fast, wouldn't you say, Derp?
Yeah, the fast is real good if you know how to release it right. There's a lot of nice strats you can do with all that fast.
With all that fast. Speaking of all that fast, I'll go with the Behemoth Spark, holding that shoulder button, riding the wall all the way up into the parlor. Very nice tech from Beefy. And just to reiterate, and Kip pointing out in chat, big props to BFrobber for finishing this run. A great competitor and even better sportsman. And oh, Derp, here we go. Are we going to get the true save, or are we going to get the little tease here?
I've been baited before. I don't trust him until he goes through the door.
He's thinking about it. Oh, it turns around. Oh, no. Those poor animals. They could see Samus through the doorway. Are you kidding me?
You know, sometimes you're spending that long in Dragon's room. It changes a man. It breaks you, you know? And that's what's happened to Beefy. He watches the animals in cold blood and turns away.
A quick little bow from Beefy, and he finishes with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 13 minutes, and 45 seconds. GG to Beefy.
Yeah, well done. Finishing the race despite the unfortunate off-screen Dragon kill. Definitely nothing to laugh at. He played very well considering the circumstances, and you know, that's all you can do sometimes.
Absolutely. And we'll just see if Beefy's going to come in for an interview. Enmet declined, so we'll see. And while we're waiting on that, there's still plenty of Super Metroid multi-category tournament action coming your way. Let's just take a quick look at the schedule. So the lineup for today, we have a race that's already going, started at 5 p.m. between Crocomeyer and White Mage Becky. That's going to be over on the main SpeedGaming channel. And later on tonight, we've got Hero 82 versus Cross Product at 8 p.m. That's going to be on SpeedGaming 3. And finishing up the primetime slots, we have Nintoaster versus P-Toil at 9, and Papa Schmo versus Toasty at 10 p.m. These are all Eastern Daylight Savings Time. Eastern Daylight Time, I should say. And those last three are all on SpeedGaming 3. And we got plenty more action the rest of the week, but for a pretty stacked Wednesday. And it looks like Beefy has declined an interview, so Derp, any closing remarks?
Well, I just wanted to say it's an honor casting with the Hockey Towner. I hope everyone in chat had a great time, because I sure did.
Absolutely. The pleasure's all mine, Derp. It was great sharing the hypothetical, metaphorical commentary booth with you. Hope to do it again in the near future, because there's plenty of tournament action. I mean, we've got 6 rounds of Swiss, tons of Super Metroid coming your way. So if you love Super Metroid speedruns, this is the tournament for you.
Absolutely, but I think that's gonna do it for us, so we will see you next time.